Hi there, this is our fifth tutorial in our Excel 2013 course. This is going to be a fairly short tutorial looking at customizing some of the options within Excel to your personal tastes or preferences. That's going to involve customizing what's called the Quick Access Toolbar and the ribbon and its contents. So looking at those in turn, first of all, what is the Quick Access Toolbar? And if you look at the top left of your Excel document, you'll see in here you've got the Excel logo, the save icon, what is known here as the undo and the redo icons, which we'll come to later. And you see the little drop down icon here. And if you click on this, you'll see a set of standard sort of commands that you may want to do quite quickly. So for instance, let's take email. And if I select email, it inserts the icon on there. And what that means is if I want to email this document to someone, I don't have to go through all the different options to find where the email icon is. I know it's just there as literally what is a quick access. But I don't want that there, so I'm going to take it out just by clicking on it again. But what I might want is to open a document. That could be a common thing I want to do. So I can do that and click open. And you can see that little folder icon now gives me that open ability. It is possible to customize this a little bit further rather than just these standard options. So I can go to more commands, and you can see what this has done. It's brought up the Excel options window and gone to the Quick Access Toolbar options, and in here are all the things that you might want to add in. So what it's got first of all selected here is the popular commands. So these are the things that you're most likely to want to use. And as you can see on the right hand side is what's currently in the Quick Access Toolbar. I could, for instance, then add something like, let's find something in here like pictures. Let's add that in. I do that, click add, and click OK. You see pictures has now been added in. And if I want to remove that, I can go back to more commands and go back to pictures and say remove. OK. There is another way to get here, the more common way actually, if you're planning to do a customization of Excel more seriously, would be to go to File, and Options, and then Quick Access Toolbar, and the same windows then available. You don't have to use what's in these popular commands. You can actually click this drop down here, and there's every command possible that you don't have in Excel. So what would you have in the Formulas tab? Let's say calculation, add that in, and you can see that adds that in as well, up in there as well. Let's just take that out because I don't particularly want that in there. All I've got to do is click calculation and remove. Now, it is also possible to customize and even add to these options in the ribbon. So by default you get the file, which leads you to this backstage view, which we'll come to another time. You get home, which has got standard kind of formatting options, that kind of thing on. Insert, which is about literally inserting objects. There could be anything from a picture to a pivot table to an app to a chart to whatever. Then you've got the page layout, which we have touched on ever so slightly before, and some more options in there. Your formulas, what you're going to do with data, how this document is going to be reviewed and commented on, how you're viewing the actual Excel window, and something called Power Pivot, which we'll come to a lot later, but that's there. Let's go back to home. It is possible to edit these, and it is possible to edit these sections within the ribbon as well. So what we'll do is we'll go to File and Options, and instead of clicking Quick Access Toolbar, I'm going to click Customize Ribbon. And as you can see, this is a very similar window to what you have when you're editing the Quick Access Toolbar. It's exactly the same principle. You've got popular commands by default here, and what's in the ribbon on the right. So main tabs, all tabs, tool tabs. So if I choose all tabs, and this gives you a breakdown here of everything that's in or could be in your ribbon. So we've got home, insert, page layout, etc. All the ones you've been used to seeing, plus some bits that appear inside those sections, which we'll come to a bit later. But let's go back to main tabs just to make that a bit simpler. So for instance, there's one here already deselected called Developer, and you'll need this later on when we're doing some VBA and things like that. But to give you an example now, what you can do is click on that, tick it and click OK, and you'll see developer appears here in the ribbon. You can then click on that and you've got these developer options in there. Similarly, I can go to File, Options, Customize my ribbon. I'm going to take developer out, but in my Home tab I can create a new group. I'm going to rename that by right clicking it, choose rename. Oops, that's the wrong option. Rename. I'm going to call it test group, and OK that. And now I need to add something into it, so let me go to my commands not in the ribbon, so something that will be in there that I won't get anywhere else. Let's go to let's go to auto filter. We'll add that into test group. There we go. That's added that in, and we'll find something else that we wouldn't normally do. Matte, and add that in there, and maybe line color. Let's drop that in. There we go. And OK that. As you can see, that straight away that's created my test group, and it's got those options in that I selected. And to remove those, I can go back to the options this way. Alternatively, I can right click in here and choose to customize the ribbon, and I can just take that test group and I can either rename it or I can remove it. So I'm going to remove that and click OK. Now you can have a play with this, and you're not going to break anything by doing so. Couple of further thoughts on this customization. First of all, the settings that you do in here stay with your machine. They stay with your installation of Excel. They don't stay with the file. Furthermore, if you make a complete hash of it, as could happen, you can choose this reset option here, reset all customizations, do that, and OK, and it's back to how it was when you first installed Excel. Also, you can save those configurations. So if I go to options here, customize my ribbon, you could add some extra options in here, and you can export those customizations to a file and then re-import them. So if your customizations were particularly important to you and you were traveling from machine to machine to machine, you could export your configs, your customizations to a file, and then import that on the next machine you were working on, as long as you had the user's permission, of course, and then it would look and feel like you had it on your first machine. Anyway, that was customization, and we'll now move on to looking at protected view and auto recover in the next tutorial. Thank you.